You took so long to get your act together. I can't see anything out my glasses. You got so long that my measuring scales decided to switch off when I hadn't fully measured the flour, so now I've got to take it all out and put it back in again.
So your incompetence is all down to...
Totally down to you. So I've now got to take it all out again and put it back in again because it didn't measure properly. I want 250 grams and they just switched off while you were just, you know, faffing. Oh, it's making a rude noise, that, isn't it? Oh, goodness me. Right, I'm going to start again. Do you know what I'm making today, Sweet Pea? If I ever get my act together.
Bung the bowl on there. Let's start. Pretend
Zero.
you're starting. What are we doing today, Lottie?
I'm making peach and cherry crumble, almond crumble. Blooming lovely it is too. I'm just going to measure out my flour.
Is it from your book?
No, it's from my head. I saw these cherries and I thought, ooh, cherry time of year. Everyone's doing cherry confutus, which is very lovely, but I don't actually like cherry confutus. It's a batter and I don't know. So I thought I'm going to make something really lovely because I mean we've left these to eat because it's really important that you eat lots of cherries because they're so good for you and they're so delicious. But I thought actually let's try and do a crumble. Now I thought of doing purely cherries, but it would take a lot of cherries and it means we might have to sacrifice the ones we want to eat. So I have a couple of beautiful ripe peaches. So I thought I'd put some peach in there as well. The topping is slightly different from a normal crumble in the fact that it's going to have amaretti biscuits in it. Do you remember I said ages ago, always have a bag of these in the cupboard because you'll always use them for lots of different recipes. Some flaked almonds, a bit of sugar, flour and butter, the usual crumble, but I've just sort of tweaked it a bit. Very simply, just put it straight on that. That fruit doesn't need any sugar, it's so sweet anyway. So we're just going to lay the fruit in the dish, cover it in the crumble, bung it in the oven, take it out, eat it with double cream. That's my daughter. So see you in a minute. See, that's why you turn your phone off when you do it.
I get so much grief for not switching my phone off.
I know. I know you do. I know you do. It's fair enough. Right, I'm going to do, so what did I do? 250 in there? 150 of Le Beurre. Okay, 150 of that goes in. I'm going to cut it up into a bit. 149, will that do? That'll do, 149 will be fine. Pop that in with the other knob of butter.
I know who'll like that.
Yeah, Winnie likes to lick it. Should we give it to her? It's a bit naughty, isn't it? First, Winnie! Winnie, what's this? What's this? What's this? Look. Oh, it's naughty. It's naughty butter paper, isn't it? Oh, look. Oh, lovely. Right, so I'm just going to rub this butter and flour in together, much like you would do for a pastry. All I can hear now is tongue against paper on the floor. In between the oven, it sounds like it's taking off. Yeah, so this just gets rubbed in, and then I add the other ingredients to it. Won't take too long. She's working her way around here because the paper's moving. Okay. Do you like cherries?
I love cherries.
Yeah.
Why are they so expensive?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably because they're a rarity, really, aren't they? They're not, you know.
Do they have to be hand-picked?
I presume they do, yeah. That's probably a large portion of the money going into it. But when you eat a lovely ripe cherry, there is just nothing like it, which is why we had to keep some by, didn't we? We couldn't use them all. Do you know, John, this is going to take just a couple of minutes. Do you want to do like a sexy sunset montage or something?
No, we'll just come back when you're
Just
done.
come back, okay, it's fine. I wanted a montage of a sunset, so I had to draw one myself. Winnie is still going with that butter behind me. Oh no, she's finished. No, she's taken it off now to continue with it. So that's all rubbed in. Few big lumps of butter, it doesn't really matter, it all just kind of gets melted down anyway. It'll be lovely. So the next thing is I pop this back onto the scales, and then I'm going to measure about, let's see, let's leave it a bit open, 80 grams of demerara sugar in there, 50 grams of flaked almonds, okay? So, which is probably half this packet. Is that 100 grams? Yeah, so half this packet. So they'll just toast up nicely. Those in. And then about 100 grams of amaretti biscuits. No, not 100. Hold on, let's see what I've got. Whatever I've got, really. Oh, 116 grams. Sure, just go with 100. And I'm just going to crush them up, okay? Just crush them up a little bit. Not like really crushed, just a little bit crushed. Like that. On top. Then I'm just going to mix all of this together. And this is going to be the fabulous crumble on top. Okay, so it's butter, that's flour, almonds, sugar, amaretti biscuits. I'm going to give it crunch and crumbly texture. I think a crumble is one of the best things. One of the best puddings, because basically it's just fruit and lovely sweet stuff on top, isn't it? Crunchy sweet stuff, and it's never going to go wrong with that, really. So you, what a good boy, you did the cherries. Oh, I want one. Have one. Oh, lovely. Pop those in. This time of year with all these wonderful fruits, that topping can go with so many different fruits that you can get. I mean, I was going to do a summer pudding, but then I thought, well, I'm going to do that later on because we haven't quite got the currants yet.
Can I just interrupt?
Yes.
Your dog's eating the paper now.
Oh, she's eating the paper. Yeah, well, that's about right, really. At least it's not a cushion like she's done before. That was a low moment, wasn't it, when she ate the cushion? Oh. Oh my god, these are too good to cook. Try that. It's really perfumed peach. Almost too good, but we're going to put it in anyway. So I'm going to cut these into chunks, okay? I'm leaving the skin on. Don't take the skin off. It's all part of it. See, so sweet. You don't need any sugar in there at all. Because you've got plenty in the topping. So good. Oh, I can't believe how wonderful those peaches are. Just delicious. I used to grow peaches. They were white peaches like this, and when you picked one, you waited all year, and I had it for 2 years, that peach tree, and then it got curly leaf, never really recovered. But when you picked a peach which was sort of sun-kissed in the sun, you just popped it off the little tree, it grew up the side of my cottage. There's nothing like it. The flavour, and it was just beautiful, so beautiful. Okay, so pop those on top. There we go. Let me just gather up the crumble. Just stick that over. I might have made too much crumble for this particular dish. I think I've definitely made too much crumble, but that's fine, because I tell you what you can do with crumble: freeze it. Okay, so if you have any left over, do not waste it. Freeze it, so the next time you get some beautiful fruit in, you want to make a crumble, it's all ready for you in the freezer. Okay, waiting. So I think what I'm going to do is just pile this on anyway. It will sink down amongst the fruit anyway, so let's just shove it all on. Tuck that fruit under. We'll crumble over there. There we go. And look, I did do the right amount, John. Goodness me, it's almost as if I actually know what I'm doing, which is quite freaky. Right, there you go. So that's going to go into the oven. Now I'm going to put it in at 160 and see how we go. I might whack it up to 180 and have a look at it, but I will let you know exactly what I did, as usual, once we come back, because, you know, it's in my head. I've now got to finish it off and make it proper. Nuts. I'm going to scoop out a big spoonful of this and put it onto this lovely plate that my friend Jenny gave me. Look at that. It's a lovely crumble.
So it's my portion.
This is your portion. And lots of lovely, delicious, lovely, oh, there's cherries. Look at the cherries. Beautiful cherries, the peaches. There we go, one more. And then because it's most important, I think a little bit of cream, don't you, on this? Should we just have a matron moment? Okay, you ready? Oh, matron. Matron. I worked on a series years ago called Simply Puddings, and it's like, this is 1999 or something, and I had a director in my ear, so whenever I poured cream on something, he used to say, and I have to keep a completely straight face because I had an earpiece, matron. Well, now whenever I pour cream on anything, I think, oh, exactly the same, matron. Anyway, gonna get in now. I eat it with some crumble and some cream. It's lovely. Oh, hello. So, yeah, I was a bit worried that I had too much crumble, but just use a little almondy bit, a little bit of amaretti in there. I actually think the crumble's fine. What I would suggest, I think, is just a little bit of water in the bottom to make a sauce. I should have perhaps put that in, but I'll put that up on the recipe on YouTube. I did it as well, 180 for 35 minutes. That's how long it took. And it's cooked to perfection. So, oh, the cherries. John, do you want me to carry on eating, or do you want me to stop so you can get some?
You just need to wind up so I can stop and then I can eat that.
Dive your head first into it. Should I just tap a bit longer then? It's just lovely. Make it. Peach and cherry crumble.